But congratulations, first of all. What was your reaction to receiving the Charlie Sifford Memorial Exemption? It's named for a trailblazer, and you're getting to play in a tournament hosted by Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at first that I was chosen, but it's a great honor to not only be playing at Riviera, but be playing in a tournament that's put on by Tiger Woods and honoring Charlie Sifford. So I look forward to being down there.
Well, you've been on quite a journey. You competed on the APGA Tour in 2021. You finished 5th in Scottsdale, but your season was limited when you came down with COVID. I read you lost 17 pounds. Like, how frustrating and how scary was that for you?
Yeah, it was a wild kind of sequence of events. I was actually coaching our men's golf team, and they were making their first appearance at regionals since I played on the team since 2017. And we tested before we left. I tested negative. We tested when I got there, tested negative, and then after they played the first round, I tested positive. So they had to forfeit their tournament, and I had to drive home. It was by myself, 17 hours, and then when I got back was when I lost all the weight. Couldn't eat anything, couldn't stomach it. Was in the bathroom throwing up, and just had every kind of issue with COVID. And I don't have 17 pounds to lose. I was all of 190 and lost the 17 pounds, so it was tough. But thankfully, I made it through and was able to get back on the golf course and get back to playing good golf.
Aaron, you grew up playing with Cameron Champ. At what age did you start to realize that this kid's got a couple extra gears?
Man, 16. We were playing in Georgia, and I'll never forget this for the rest of my life. I hit a driver, thought I hit it really well, and he grabs his 2-iron and hits it 30 yards past me. And I looked at my dad and said, "Man, this kid's a little different," because I hit it far, but he hit it further.
You know, so many of us love this game. Aaron, I'm just curious, what does this game mean to you? What does it give you?
Golf is everything to me. That's why I help coach it now. I play it now. Since I was 3 and my dad put the club in my hand for the first time, I've been in love with it ever since. It's just the ability to go out there and try to get better every single day is something that you can't get a lot in life, but golf offers that opportunity, and it's a really special game.
Aaron, after that victory at Wilshire, you said you would have loved to have been able to text your dad, who passed away in 2019. He was a coach, and you talk about the speeches he would give pregame, pumping people up. How often do you hear those speeches in your mind when you're out on the golf course?
Oh, man, all the time. Before every tournament, every round, I would always call him, talk to him. He'd give me, a game plan for the day and motivation that I needed to go out there and play well. So he used to tell me when I was a kid that the movie Remember the Titans was based off him, and I believed it until I was about 12, and then one day I was like, "Dad, Denzel, you're not Denzel." So, but he was just as good of a coach as Denzel was in that movie. So, he's definitely special to me.
Aaron, I'm curious, the day after Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we're talking about golf a lot and that diversity. You're a Charlie Sifford Memorial Exemption. You've got buddies out there that compete in the Willie Mack thirds of the world. Kind of where do you see this game in terms of diversity and its efforts in kind of growing this tent and making the game look as much like the country as we want it to?
Yeah, I think like anything, it takes time, but everything's progressing in a good manner at this point, I would say, especially with the APGA Tour now. And obviously this exemption, I think, but it's all thanks to guys like Calvin Peete, Lee Elder, Teddy Rose, Bill Spiller, Jim Thorpe. All those guys kind of laid the foundation and paved the way for us to have an opportunity now. Because without Charlie Sifford, you wouldn't have, Hideki Matsuyama winning last week, because, the PGA Tour used to have a Caucasian-only clause. So without him and with all those other guys paving the way, golf wouldn't look the way it does now, and it's definitely headed in a great direction.
Aaron, as you look ahead to Riviera, is there a player that you might bug for a practice round? Is there somebody you're circling that you'd like to get in the mind and maybe get a chance to see how they go about their business?
Yeah, I'm going to pick the last year's champ, Max Homa. I mean, you got to go – you got to roll with
Smart
the winner.
Man.
Yeah, and he's, went to Cal, so we have the California connection, but definitely, any advice you can get from somebody who's been successful on the golf course is good advice to me.
All right, I want to leave you with this big picture goals. 10 years from now, are you coaching national championships? Are you chasing PGA Tour wins? How do you see your future unfolding?
10 years from now, playing in the Masters final day Sunday, 3-shot lead going into 18. You know, might tee off with a 7-iron, hit another 7-iron, you know, and just coast the lead. But definitely 10 years from now, seeing myself playing on the PGA Tour.
About that.
Very, very cool. That's a smart approach. Mr. Tiger Woods in 2019, he knew he could make 5 on the 18th at Augusta National. He played for that 5.
Aaron, it's great catching up with you, buddy. Congrats. Enjoy your week at Riviera. We hope to speak to you soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on the show.